control. And we try to do this in church if we're not careful. We want something we can control. Control the people, control our doctrine, control our programs, control how God operates in a service, telling them when He can show up and how to show up. We need to be careful. It's not that we can control God, He just doesn't show up. When He shows up, we're going to see fire. We're going to see some things uncontrollable. People are so terrified of being out of order, and I don't want to be out of God's order, but we misunderstand what order is sometimes. So we need to understand, have we formed idols in the church? I say yes. And I said that the priesthood is worship, first of all. Worship, you will hear me say this often, is not a song service. I don't like to call worship services worship services. Now, if we're worshiping in spirit and truth, it's still good. I like worship services, don't get me wrong. But what I'm saying is it puts something very specific that cannot be specific. It limits it to 20, 30, 40 minutes on a Sunday morning. This is worship. No, worship is our whole lifestyle. It's making our whole body a living sacrifice. We'll look at that some more later. So it's not singing a song. And it can only be done in the Spirit. It's a spiritual thing. Okay? Now, let me move on to this, okay? We see that out of 12 tribes of Israel, God said, I want to make all of you a kingdom of priests. That was a beautiful offer. They said, no, we don't want it. So out of that 12 tribes, only one tribe stayed faithful to God, the tribe of Levi. Now, I don't understand all of this, but we need to take a look at it. When Moses came down on the mountain and saw the golden calf and the people dancing around in idolatry, you remember it made him very angry. And he told the sons of Levi to unsheathe their swords and go through the camp and kill the idolaters. And they killed 3,000 of their family and friends. You say, that just sounds so terrible. Look, that is how God sees idolatry. We need to hate idolatry even in our own lives as much as God does and understand the consequences of it. He said, I will have no other God before me. And idolatry, remember, is just putting something ahead of Jesus in our life, whether it's job, family, money, or your own personal feelings. We have to be careful with this. I don't know how to be any more serious. Now we see later on something even sadder. From the tribe even of Levi, the Levitical priest went astray. And only the sons of Zadok stayed true to the Lord. Okay? Now, we're going from 12 tribes to one tribe to one man and his sons. Okay, Ezekiel 44, 15 and 16. But the Levitical priests, the sons of Zadok, who kept charge, this is God talking, who kept charge of my sanctuary when the sons of Israel went astray from me. These sons of Zadok can come near to me, listen, to minister to me. There's the original intent from the Garden of Eden. And they shall stand before me, there's the priesthood, to offer me the fat and blood. Of course, we don't offer the fat and blood now, but the key is everybody went astray but this one family. They stayed faithful to the Lord when the whole world was going crazy. And you could say it now. There are people standing faithful. I call it the remnant, who are standing faithful to Jesus Christ when the whole world seems to be going crazy, and even the church is chasing after all kind of things. Guys, the church is chasing after faith for the sake of faith. They're chasing after prosperity. They're chasing after growth and numbers. None of those things are wrong in themselves. But where's the heart? We need to be standing faithful before the Father. And he told me something a couple of years ago. He said, I'm watching to see who stays faithful to me with all the worldliness and stuff that's going on in the church and in our nation. He said, I'm watching, I'm taking notes. Who will stand before me? He said, I will let you come and minister to me and eat at my table. To see, so it depends on what you really want. Do you want this prosperity stuff? Do you want false gospel? Do you want this? Do you want that? Do you want worldliness? Or do you want to sit at Papa's table and minister to him and be marked as one of the sons and daughters that he loves? Well, again, it depends on your perspective and what you really want in life, okay? It's a twofold thing. Yeah, I know it is. Many in the church are running after worldliness. Many ministers are running after their own agenda and program. We're going to have to see how serious this is. There is no program in the church that's not God initiated. There is no agenda that's not Holy Spirit initiated. If it is, it's outside His order. The day is over for us to have church like we want it. I know I'm coming down pretty hard today, but I sense this passion in my heart to see the church restored. I'm not pointing fingers. I love the church, and I love God more. And we got to see these things come back in line. You may think He's blessing you just because of things looking like it. No. Are you standing before the Lord? Are you faithful to Him? Regardless of who else does not. God's watching. And that's for church members and that's for pastors, especially pastors. It's our responsibility to preach the truth, okay? The whole world's going around looking for reality. All these reality shows. I won't watch them. I watched about 2 minutes of one day. It's actually sad. It's not pitiful. It's sad. People looking for reality. It's only found in Jesus Christ. I'm sorry. And the church needs to be living in the reality of Jesus Christ so that we can minister that overflow to them and to get the blinders off their eyes where we can find life. Now, how can we be priests? How can we come into His presence? When we look in the mirror and we say, oh, I don't know about that. I've done a lot of bad things in my life. Oh, I know I'm born again. I'm forgiven, but... And we